Thank you guys for joining us today. Dr. Lotanna Okoye is my name. That talks about relationship and marriage dynamics. We are here for serious business because this is an institution that's ordained by God. My job and our job here is to help you become that right person that will be married this year. And beyond that, for those already married who are interested in helping you have a blissful home, you're all welcome to this session. Now, we are going to be discussing.
When you look at the differences between a man and a woman, you find out that men are not as sensitive as women. Women are more sensitive than the men. You see, because the woman is an emotional being and she attaches emotion to things before logic, she is very, very sensitive. When she experiences things, she experiences it from the emotional part of her life before other faculties begin to set in. So when you go into a church, you will always find that in most churches we have more women than men. In most churches, women are more prayerful than men. In most churches, women are more of worshippers than men. In most churches, women are more emotional than men. If someone comes in here and begins to preach and says, I'm releasing the power of God, the first people to begin to shake are the women. You see why? It's because their sense is like their emotion. Some men will stand like that, lay hands on them, lay leg on them, lay body on them. They will just be there like that. But a woman by herself will receive the falling, and then the faith is increased in the atmosphere. Why? Because women are very, very sensitive. Women are more sensitive than men. So you find out that if you look at those pictures that we have seen, for instance, the man is sitting down there and say, wow, that's serious. But even though he's thinking, he's not thinking of paying, but the woman is like, we have to do something. We need to pay. We need to see how we can support them. Why? Because they are very sensitive. Because women are also very sensitive, there are some negatives that happen as a result of that sensitivity. Now, because they are very sensitive, sometimes they become more irritable and easily irritated by things. So there are things that happen that the man will overlook and say, don't worry. Say, no, how can you say don't worry? Didn't you see the way he said it? And you're like, no, relax. No. I can't just, I'm still thinking about it. I can't just forget it. No, because they are very sensitive. They find out that it makes them to react instead of responding. Another challenge that the sensitivity of a woman causes is that it makes a lot of women to be suspicious instead of really, really sensitive. Because a lot of women, they think that they are being sensitive, but they have what I call the spirit of suspicion. And the spirit of suspicion is not a discerning spirit. The Bible talks about the gift of discernment, not the spirit of discernment. Discernment is not a spirit. So you can say, I have the spirit of discernment. No, that's a demon. This is a gift of is discerning of spirit, not spirit of discernment. Because many times when that sensitivity makes them to become very emotional, that they see things where there is nothing. Hello, somebody. So it's very, very important for you to manage that. But at the same time, that is a very major strength that has messed up a lot of men because they don't respect the sensitivity of their wife. One thing you need to learn to do as a man is to learn to listen to the voice of your wife. Because what a man will not see with his eyes standing next to him, a woman can smell when he's still 5-10 feet away. A lady is coming to you and say, oh, bless you, pastor. I say, oh, my sister, you are blessed, you are looking good. And then your wife say, I don't like that woman. Say, what do you see? No, you may not see anything, but she has seen. Fast forward 7 months time, what she has told you is going to end up becoming a prophecy. You now can say, can you imagine that lady came to my office, she's telling me she's in love with me. How can she say, did I not tell you 7 months ago that woman, I don't like her, that there's something about her? Why? Because she sees from afar. So if you are a wise man, listen to the voice of your woman. So young guys, you want to get married, don't ever be an African man, be a Christian man. African men don't respect their women. African men talk down on their women. African men abuse their women, but Christian men respect their women because they know that this is a blessing in our lives. And a lot of men have lost money, millions, because they refuse to listen to their wife. I'm telling you, whenever you want to do a business deal or you want to sign a major contract with anybody, invite them to dinner with you and your wife. Invite them to lunch with you and your wife, and let your wife, even whether she knows the engineering terminology or she knows the marketplace language or not, let her just sit down. By the time you are through with the dinner, ask her, what do you think about that guy? I don't know, there's something. Once a woman tell you there's something, please pray about that something, or else you are going to end up suffering. I'm telling you the truth. You will end up suffering if you don't. There are men that have signed contracts, gone into business deals, and their wife said, I don't know, there's something. Say, hey, can you prove it? Because the man wants proofs, he wants evidence. But the woman does not have evidence. But the sensitivity in her spirit is telling her that something is wrong. I will never forget, many years ago, young man, I was learning all these things. Many of these things I learned by experience. It is through my misery that the ministry was born. The ministry was born as a result of my misery. One day, a guy invited me to come and preach in London. Everything was settled. And then I told my wife I'll be going to London for a meeting. And then they sent the handbills of the meeting. And the very minute my wife saw the handbill, said, is it possible for you not to go for this meeting? I said, what? This is a major meeting. This is London. I said, no, I don't know. There's something about this man. How did you meet him? I said, from handbill? Somebody you have never met before? How can you just see handbill and begin to judge somebody from picture? Hey, what is wrong with you women? I didn't know that I was about to enter trouble. It's okay, no problem. Sorry, go. I landed in London like Jonah. Nobody was at the airport to pick me up. I waited for over 2 hours, calling the numbers, calling them. Nobody was picking anything. By the time nobody picked me, I used my own money to pay for transport like Jonah. I paid to the Nineveh ministry and the Tarshish assembly. When I got there, no church, no nothing. I said, sorry, please, there's supposed to be a program here, a church in this building. I said, this is the building, this is the pastor. Oh, this guy, they used to be here. I think they had a problem a couple of months ago, and they're no more here. You probably did. They had a crisis a couple of months ago. I think he's left or something. He stood in front of the place wondering, if I know, I should have listened to this woman. Now I've come to disgrace myself in London. While I was still on that street wondering, I saw someone coming that looks familiar. I said, sorry, your face looks familiar. I said, I've checked the website of this church. I said, you are supposed to be the pastor's wife. He said, I used to be his wife. I said, you used to be his wife. He said, who are you? I said, I'm his friend. He said, you are his friend. I said, we met recently and he invited me. He said this. I said, he said, there is no church. He has impregnated 2 members. The church has scattered. I should have listened to my wife and sat down. I travel for nothing. So I got an hotel by myself, paid by myself, changed my ticket, paid for changing tickets, and returned to Nigeria in shame. By the time I returned, this is where the problem is, women. I have already learned my lesson. You don't need to rub it in. So by the time I got back, he said, what happened? You are back? I said, baby, you are right. That ministry, when I told her the story, she kept quiet. When I finished, I know I'm right. She be, when we talk to you people, you will not hear. Man of God, man of God. She started messing the thing up. I said, what's wrong with this woman? That's not what we are talking about. The man has learned his lesson. Next, number 7, which is the second one for today. Men are hunters and sowers. Women are incubators and receivers. For every angle, you will discover that the men are the ones that hunts, sows, and visits. Even in intercourse, the man goes in and comes out. It's the woman that stays there to receive. Now, the man sows the seed and walks away. It's the woman that incubates the seed. So because of that, you need to understand that when a man is looking for something, he hunts for it and he goes after it. But once he has found what he is looking for, he goes to look for the next catch. And that's why if you are a woman and you are not married and you allow a man to sleep with you or to mess up with you, by the time you are married, you have already lost the most vital part of your marriage before the marriage started.